वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपाम्बुदीय तमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, warm welcome everyone in the study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we continue our study of Bhagavad Gita from chapter 14, text 26 onwards. Krishna consciousness. There are two things in life, na? One is believing, another is knowing. Mm, One is believing, another is knowing. Now, knowing is higher than believing. Rather than asking a question, I'm saying as such. Knowing is higher than belief. In the sense, let us take this like this question, say, which is better, believing or knowing? In the sense, we have two hands, you have two hands. Do you believe that you have two hands or do you know that you have two hands? Kindly answer.
We know.
Huh? We know we have two hands. We never say, I believe I have two hands. No. If I'm not, until and unless someone is very sarcastic, then it's a different thing. But we do not say, I believe I have two hands. We know we have two hands. Do we believe we have a mother and father, or do we know we have a mother and father?
We know.
We know. And do I believe that I'm lacking sleep, or do I know that I'm lacking sleep? Say, for instance, if some
We know.
no, no. Do we believe God exists, or do we know God exists?
We believe because maybe it's not in our direct experience.
Bhagavad Gita is the journey now to travel, to transform, to cover from believing stage to knowing. I believe in God and I know in God. Which one is better? Which one is higher? I believe in God, I know in God. Mhm.
Knowing.
Yeah. So, in pure Krishna consciousness, there's not much good room for believing. Belief is very, again, kind of a bit superficial. Mm. Belief is very, say, emotional or just feeling based. I believe in reincarnation, or we know in reincarnation. No, we know reincarnation exists. Belief is like subject to change, Baba. Belief is subject to change. Know is something, transcendentally speaking, should not be subject to change. So, and for us conditioned souls, knowing is better than believing. But how do we know? As much as our consciousness allows us to know. And it comes in first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam that a bird can fly that high in the sky as much as the bird has the capacity to fly. Yeah. Also can apply some extra effort, but as much as the wings allow to fly, as long as that high the bird will fly. So likewise, as much as my consciousness allows me to take in, I can take in, I can know. But we human beings, we have this potential in sadhu sangha, in good devotee association. We can further strengthen our knowing capacity. We can elevate our consciousness. We can enhance our consciousness. And life is given to come to this point to realization that I know Krishna exists. Yeah. Just belief is not sustainable. See, बताऊं believe में क्या है? हाँ, I mean believe in God and then do what? Non-godly activities. Hmm? Believe in God and then do non-godly activities. But if I know God, then I would shy away from doing non-godly activities. If I actually know God, then next is what? To live in a relationship with God. Hmm? And even if I am straying away from the path, even if I am deviating myself from the path, still, what? Because I am in some relationship or because I know, I would want to return. I would want to correct myself. I would feel the pinch of it that why am I not Krishna conscious? One should feel the pinch of it. And this will come only at the stage when one is wanting to know and crossing over believing. So the many sinners seeing is believing and these things. We are conditioned souls. We do not have the capacity, as in uh, we have Prabhupada writes in his teachings, right? We have four main defects. What? Imperfect senses, then committing mistakes, becoming illusioned, and cheating propensity. Of all this, okay, this is a question. Of all this, which one is the heaviest? Becoming illusioned, committing mistakes, imperfect senses, cheating propensity.
Cheating propensity.
Cheating propensity is the heaviest. See, becoming illusioned, perhaps yes, okay, we are tiny, infinitesimal, we can be illusioned, overpowered by Maya. Hmm, understandable, perhaps. Uh, Committing mistakes also to err is human, na? Uh, who can commit mistakes, na? Again, not a perfect being, same. And imperfect senses, material senses, what can do. But this cheating propensity is something not driven by external forces. Cheating propensity is self-driven. Becoming illusioned, okay, I've got overpowered by Maya. I didn't want to be illusioned, but I got overpowered by Maya. Committing mistakes, I didn't want to commit mistakes, but I happened to commit mistakes. Uh, Imperfect senses are imperfect. I cannot assimilate properly. Material mundane senses. But cheating propensity is a self. Cheating propensity is self-driven. One himself, every cheater knows that I'm cheating this thing. I'm going to cheat. So Bhagavad Gita is this journey to cover us from believing to knowing stage. Hmm? It is a journey, another thing, from ignorance to see the पर्दा या जो the distance between us and Krishna, uh, the the veil, the covering, the barrier between us and Krishna is not of ignorance. It is of cheating, kapat, cheating. Hmm? The barrier between us and practicing Krishna conscious devotee as sadhaka is not of ignorance. Yes, ignorance is perhaps there, but more than ignorance is cheating. Ignorance can be understood once. Okay, ignorance. What do you think, Krishna? What can he digest more easily or nicely? Ignorance or cheating?
Ignorance.
Hmm? Ignorance is still easy to digest. Cheating cannot be digested, Baba. Cheating cannot be digested. So this Bhagavad Gita is for us practicing sadhakas more than ignorance. It is cheating. The difference, the distance between the separation between me and Krishna is because of cheating. And no one is cheating me. It is I myself am cheating myself. But through good association, the only hope is through good, inspiring, proper association of devotees, Hari Guru Vaishnava. Hmm? Then we can come through this cheating propensity, uh, and fall in love with Krishna. So Bhagavad Gita is this journey from believing to knowing, and know means fall in love with Krishna. Hmm? Is the journey to come out of cheating propensity and fall in love with Krishna. So with this mood, aspiration, aim, prayer, we continue our study. Up until now, we believed, I believe in the existence of God. Now is an opportunity for us to actually experience, to know the existence of God. Come over the belief thing. eh? I believe in the existence of God. I know in the existence of God. Moreover, now, by the blessings of Prabhupada, by the blessings of Acharyas, we have gone even further. We actually now have the WhatsApp number of God, isn't it? We have the direct contact number, direct hotline number without any intervention, and the call is always open. Lines are always open. There's never ever a blockage. There's never ever a delay. There's no middleman involved, mm, and all free. There's never network problem. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So with this again mood, prayer, aspiration that the lines are always continuing, the lines are always growing. We continue our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, text 26. I will bring it up on screen. And if Lucy can read translation and purport. मां च यो व्यभिचारेण भक्तियोगेन सेवते सगुणान् समतीयेतान् ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते.
One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. This verse is a reply to Arjuna's third question: what is the means of attaining to the transcendental position? As explained before, the material world is acting under the spell of the modes of material nature. One should not be disturbed by the activities of the modes of nature. Instead of putting his consciousness into such activities, he may transfer his consciousness to Krishna activities. Krishna
Say
activities.
again, instead,
One
yeah, one should not be.
One should not be disturbed by the activities of the modes of nature. Instead of putting his consciousness into such activities, he may transfer his consciousness to Krishna activities. Krishna activities are known as Bhakti Yoga, always acting for Krishna. This includes not only Krishna, but his different plenary expansions, such as Rama and Narayana. He has innumerable expansions. One who is engaged in the service of any of the forms of Krishna or of his plenary expansions is considered to be transcendentally situated. One should also note that all the forms of Krishna are fully transcendental, blissful, full of knowledge, and eternal. Such personalities of Godhead are omnipotent and omniscient, and they possess all transcendental qualities. So if one engages himself in the service of Krishna or his plenary expansions with unfailing determination, although these modes of material nature are very difficult to overcome, one can overcome them easily. This has already been explained in the 7th chapter. One who surrenders unto Krishna at once surmounts the influence of the modes of material nature. To be in Krishna consciousness or in devotional service means to acquire equality with Krishna.
Say
The
again.
Lord, to be in Krishna consciousness or in devotional service means to acquire equality with Krishna. The Lord says that his nature is eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge, and the living entities are part and parcel of the Supreme, as gold particles are part of a gold mine. Thus, the living entity in his spiritual position is as good as gold, as good as Krishna in quality. The difference of individuality continues, otherwise there would be no question of Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means that the Lord is there, the devotee is there, and the activity of exchange of love between the Lord and the devotee is there. Therefore, the individuality of two persons is present in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the individuality of two persons is present in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the individual person. Otherwise, there would be no meaning to Bhakti Yoga. If one is not situated in the same transcendental position with the Lord, one cannot serve the Supreme Lord. To be a personal assistant to a king, one must acquire the qualifications. Thus, the qualification is to become Brahman, or freed from all material contamination. It is said in the Vedic literature, Brahmeva,
Brahmeva. Okay, continue.
Brahmeva San Brahmavyati. One can attain the supreme Brahman by becoming Brahman. This means that one must qualitatively become one with Brahman. By attainment of Brahman, one does not lose his eternal Brahman identity as an individual soul.
Hmm. Harsha read translation.
One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman.
To the level of Brahman. Mam chayo vyavicharena bhakti yogina sevate. Sagunan samitiyetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Very nice shloka. One thing in our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and in general Bhagavatam Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Krishna says, na, this, where in the shlokas words like Mam, Mai, Aham, when Krishna is speaking and words like Mam, Mai, Aham, Mat, uh, they are very, very important. Uh, those shlokas, because Krishna himself speaking na, in first person. So Krishna is saying, Mam cha yo vyavicharena bhakti yogina sevate sagunan samatiyetan brahma vibhuyaya kalpate. See, Bhagavad Krishna consciousness is never to put one into limbo, or it's not just to give one information. Yeah? Information could be where, oh, mode of goodness is this, mode of passion is this, mode of ignorance is this. But if transcendentally mode is not described, then these three modes, they are at the level of information only. Mm. So Krishna consciousness helps us understand, Bhagavad Gita helps us understand the cause of the problem, a proper diagnosis, cause of the problem, the root cause of the problem, the immediate cause, the remote cause, the root cause, mm, and the real solution to the problem also. So Krishna is saying, yes, the three modes are there, three modes of material nature. But then in spiritual love, in proper Krishna consciousness, there is another mode, bhakti, completely transcendental. Mam cha yo vyavicharena bhakti yogina sevate. Sagunan samatiyetan. So by bhakti yogina sevate, by performing loving devotional service, sagunan. Sagunan means all the qualities, all the modes of material nature, goodness, passion, ignorance, mixed modes. Samatiyetan. Samatiyetan, as in one can cross over, transcend. Brahma bhuyaya kalpate, and can enter, attain Brahmatva, that spiritual oneness, that spiritual quality. Oneness in quality with Krishna. As in, oneness is there, merging is there. But what? Merging in desire, merging in quality, merging in nature, merging in desire, meaning whatever is Krishna's desire becomes the desire of my life. And we embody the nature of Krishna. Krishna's nature is what? Satchidananda Vigraha, eh? Eternal knowledge and bliss. And that nature we also attain. Because quantitatively we are Krishna, quantitatively not. And there is always a bhakti yoga means what? The Lord, Lord of my love, love of my life, Krishna. Hmm? Devotee, individual devotee, and the exchange of love between the two. That is bhakti yoga. Love means two. For love, love is not singular. Singular is lust. Singular is lust. But love is not singular. Love means expanding. eh? So love means multiple. Love means two. Lover and the beloved. And lust means I, me, and mine. Self-centeredness. Lust is singular, self-pointed. So to come to this level, qualitatively merging is there. We are one in desires only, but quantitatively different. Uh, and the individual soul exists, Krishna exists, and the loving relationship between the two. That is Bhagavad Gita, that is Bhakti Yoga. And deep down, all of us, we have this desire to be ever happy. So we do not want to be bound up by mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance. We want to be live like a free bird, without any worries, without any troubles. So if we desire something, which means there must be a space, there must be a place, there must be a time, there must be an environment, a platform where that could that desire could be facilitated, worked out, and happening. So yes, spiritual world is there where this desire is eternally being established to love and serve Krishna fully, even more. One very significant word in this shloka is what? Mam chayo vyavicharena. Uh, this bhakti yogena sevate. Vyavichar. Vyavichar means what? In societal terms, Vyavichar means bad behavior. Bad behavior, so much so, you know, adultery, na? This cheating, adultery. That someone is married to someone, a man is married to a woman, but having an extramarital affair. So that is Vyavichar. Mm. So, and Krishna is saying, Mam chayo avyavicharena. Avyavicharena means with loyalty, full loyalty, no cheating propensity, no cheating. Uh, See, our consciousness is very scattered consciousness, like, if I may say, Vaishya Vritti, very spread out consciousness, very scattered consciousness. That okay, we are interested here also, we are interested there also, we are interested in multiple agenda. We have got multiple desires as in Some Krishna conscious desire, and then rest is could be multi-branched but self-centered desires. So that is like Vyavachar means like prostitute. Hmm? Like prostitute, na? Not fixed, not one man, no, like that, not fixed, not loyal, not loyal. So, a prostitute now, she keeps hopes from different men and different sources of income, like that. So, Vyavachar is like that only, that okay, yes, Krishna worship, demigod worship also, Devi Devata worship also. Then for morning 1 hour maybe I could be Krishna conscious, and then rest of the day no one can ask me anything, no one can tell me anything. That is not bhakti, no. So the bhakti has to be done avyavicharena. Bhakti actually is avyavichar. Bhakti means what? Pure love, and love in its purest form is completely pure only. It is unconditional only. But because I'm so much covered up in these modes, so I've opened up a, I'm running actually a prostitution business. It might sound harsh, but this is actually the reality. That such scattered consciousness, na, so spread out consciousness, hardly something for Krishna, hardly, and so much for myself, so much. And this is why we need devotees and we need spiritual master. Mm. One who has become loyal to his spiritual master, then Krishna is available. Krishna is not at all far off. One who can allow himself to be disciplined, one who desires to be disciplined, one who is not true to his spiritual master, then Krishna is not at all far off. That is the message of Bhagavatam. And the spiritual master, he is loyal to his spiritual master, who is loyal to his spiritual master all the way to Krishna. So, as we were discussing, ignorance is somewhat digestible, but cheating, this misloyalty, um, is not digestible. No, this cheating, misloyalty, infidelity. Fidelity is good, right? Fidelity means trust. Huh? Rachi, Lucy, Asha. Fidelity is trust, right? And infidelity or whichever, that is not digestible. That is not good. So, Vyavachar means spread out consciousness. अभी देखो, when say water spills, water spills only, na? Then what? It spreads out. It spreads out in different directions, right? Water. So that is our consciousness spread out in very different directions. Again, having multiple engagement in life is no problem. It is no problem. Doing job and bhakti, no problem. Yes, that's fine. As long as aim is one, vision is one. है ना? We have to be driven by one aim, one vision, to love and serve Krishna. Everything for the pleasure of Guru and Gaurang. Radha Krishna Prityarth. Yeah, that thing. Then there is no problem. Then we can have multiple roles. Na? Why not? We can have multiple engagements. Because in spirit we are united. So water spreads out in different directions. And when that water is actually condensed and put in such an environment, very free, frozen environment, then it becomes ice. Ice doesn't spread out, right? Ice doesn't spread out. So ice is like attachment. uh, and anything below attachment, we discuss the stages of bhakti, right? Anything below attachment is spread out consciousness. Thoda Maya, Thoda Ram, little bit Krishna, little bit Maya, a bit in Krishna consciousness and more in Maya consciousness. But when sadhaka becomes like ice consciousness, uh, proper condensed, fixed up consciousness, then attachment is developing. So Mam Chayo Vyavicharena. We have to bring this quality of complete loyalty to Krishna, complete dedication to Krishna, and give up this perverted, self interested, self obsessed, prostitution oriented business if we really want to experience good level of Krishna consciousness. So this has to be brought about. Then we can experience new and new joy in Krishna consciousness. So bhakti is fine, reading, hearing, chanting, and all. And now bringing this focus, this line, this vision to be one straight line that from my body, mind, heart, soul, everything developing towards devotee association. Devotee association means devotee attachment. Hmm. Working on towards that. Krishna becomes very pleased when he sees that devotees are attached to each other. Krishna says na to Narad Muni, Naham tishtami vaikunte, yoginam hridayeshu va, tatra tishtami narada, yatra gayanti madbhakta. That I do not reside, Naham tishtami vaikunte, I do not reside in Vaikuntha. Yoginam hridayeshu va, neither nor in the hearts of the yogis, say those who are meditating upon me. Tatra tishtami narada, I reside there where my devotees congregate and chant my holy names, discuss about me. Na? This is the message of Bhagavatam. Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana katham tajoshanadashu apavarga vartmani shraddha ratir bhaktir anukramisyati. Satang prasanga mama virya samvido. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:25-25. Beautiful shloka. Lord Kapila Dev, an empowered incarnation of Krishna, telling to his mother, Mother Devahuti. Satam prasanga mama virya samvido. Satam meaning like association of devotees. Satam prasanga mama virya samvido. Virya is my glorious qualities. In the association of devotees, my glorious qualities, hearing to my glorious qualities. Mama virya samvito, again this mama. Satam prasangam, in association of devotees, hearing my glorious qualities. Bhavanti ritkarna rasayana katha, through um, ears, hearing to my glorious qualities. Then what? The heart, it goes into the heart through ears hearing the qualities of Krishna, wonderful qualities of Krishna, it goes into the heart and does such a heart surgery, such a purification, which is so pleasing. Tad Joshanat Asu Apavargam Vartamani. Asu means quickly. So by working on that very quickly Apavarga, another day maybe we can discuss. Pavarga is Papavavama, Prabhupada writes in Bhagavatam, is like mm, this hard labor. Material life means hard labor, hard struggle for existence and nothing comes. And upper work is liberation. Mm. Upper work is Amrit, Ashok, Abhay. Amrit meaning nectar. Ashok meaning no lamentation. Abhay meaning fearless. So that by giving oral reception to the pastimes of Krishna, this comes about. Uh, and one goes on the path towards liberation and gradually what? From Shraddha, faith, Rati, attachment develops. Shraddha, Rati, Bhakti, Anukramisyati. Uh, So in this order, that Shraddha, faith, having some faith, then attachment develops. And then that attachment solidifies further towards pure love. Mm. And it is actually one is very in proper Shraddha or the stage of attachment, then real devotional service begins. That time real devotional service begins. So that is Krishna saying, Mam chayo vyavicharena bhakti yogena sevate. By the only way to, Krishna is not saying, see clearly he's saying, Bhakti yogena sevate. He's not saying Gyan yogena sevate or Karm yogena sevate or Gyan or Ashtang yogena sevate. No. That if one wants to transcend the material modes of nature, it has to be done through bhakti. Bhakti is the only way to transcend the modes of material nature, not Gyan or Ashtanga or Karma. No. Karma also will put us in mode of goodness. Gyan also in mode of goodness. Ashtanga also in mode of goodness only, at the most. See again, mode of goodness will take one to where? Heavenly planets. No beyond that. Also top three heavenly planets only. Mode of goodness. Mode of passion will keep one in earthly planet. Earthly planet means mode of action, na? Passion means to act, to create, to do something. So that is earthly planet. Enjoy, create, enjoy, do something, है ना? Many say, na, we Monday to Friday work hard and Saturday, Sunday party hard. That sort of thing. Okay, create something and enjoy something. So earthly planet, passionate. And mode of ignorance will keep one where? In the lower planetary systems. Lots of suffering. Heavenly planets, lots of enjoyment. But bhakti mode, na, loving devotional service, doing bhakti out of love, channelizing that love will take one to Golok Vrindavan, to the spiritual world. So the modes are within this material universe only. But we want to transcend the mode, it can be transcended only out of love. And that love is avyavicharena, loyalty. Na? I ask a question. Say parents may have five children. Do they like all, can they like all the five children? Yes, right. Of course. Parents like all the children, all the five children. Say. Now, parents, can they love all the five children? Yes, parents love all the five children also. There could be slight degree of difference in love, but yes, love all the five children. Like care for all the five children, of course. Concern for all the five children, of course. But this is the question. Can parents put trust in all the five children? Can all the five children be trusted? This is a question. Again, not like too much of going analytical. Now, one may question, well, yes, some parents can trust all their five children, and some parents. The point is, not all five children can be trusted as such. Liking is there, care is there, concern is there, love is there. But no, see, five what? If one have two children only, or say one child only, may not be trust enough. So trust is not something easy to develop. Trust is not something easy to build. Parents may have one child. They can like the child. Uh, of course, they will love the child, show care and concern. But trust is difficult. It's difficult. Yes, there could be some parents who can trust all their five children, who can trust all their 10 children also. Very great. Very great. So we want to earn the trust of Krishna. In order to earn the love of Krishna, trust has to be earned. And this is what avyavicharena. Bhakti without any ill motive, without any ulterior motive, without any other. Bhakti is not showbiz, na. Bhakti is not show off. Many say ना, भाई भक्ति क्या दिखाने के, हाँ नहीं थोड़ी ना ये दिखाने की चीज है. No, bhakti is very sacred, very deep, very internal. Bhajan should never be revealed. How much mala, what bhajan one does, bhajan and one's mood in sadhana, all this is never to be revealed. Only cheap people who are after some cheap adoration, they wouldn't shy away from revealing. But someone humble, he would not reveal at all. Only a humble devotee would say that I'm not a devotee at all, or I'm a very struggling devotee. Hmm. Vanchito asmi, vanchito asmi, vanchito asmi, na sanshaya. Vishwam gaura rase magnam. Hmm. Mama api sparsha na bhuya. Vanchitosmi, Vanchitosmi. I am deprived, I am deprived, I am deprived. Of this there is no doubt. The whole universe is flooded with Gauraras. Gauranga. है ना? The whole universe is flooded with the love of Mahaprabhu, with the beauty of Mahaprabhu, with the nectar of Mahaprabhu. Gauras. But in for me, I don't have a trace of it. That that should be the sadhaka's realization, genuine realization. The way to progress in bhakti is to experience separation. If one can figure it out that how far off am I from Krishna, then one is moving forward to Krishna. The purpose of sadhana is to realize that not how closer have I come to Krishna. It is actually to understand, wow, Krishna, I'm so far from you. I'm so tremendously far from you. Because I'm not doing bhakti vyavicharina. I'm doing vyavichari bhakti. Yeah. Mahaprabhu's teachings is what? Mahaprabhu expects, wants us to act like this, act like a, um, what is that called? I think there is a name, right? Or acts like a woman who is immoral, poor character. So imagine a woman, she's married, or has a partner, but she's having a extramarital affair. In societal it is not good, in Krishna conscious also of course not good, but the principle has to be seen, the quality has to be seen. See this, that we see now sometimes in society, a woman, she might be married or has a partner, but she has her heart sold out somewhere else. She has another boy whom she likes and loves and adores. Now in the house, in the family, she will be working very gently so that her husband or partner doesn't get disturbed, and her in-laws, relatives, no one gets any disturbed, no one gets any trace, any idea that she's having an extramarital affair or she's seeing another man. uh, she has her heart for another man. No, she does everything very pakka, very nicely in the house, very duty bound, looking after the house, carrying food, cooking, her her husband and family members, in-laws. But her heart is where? Always thinking of her lover, always thinking of her lover. What will my lover be doing now? Where is he going? What is he eating and all? And always hankering to meet the lover, always desiring to meet the lover. When can I find an opportunity to sneak out from the house, say, and meet him? Or when can I find an opportunity to have a phone call, or on those lines? Likewise, us practicing Krishna consciousness, we should be working. We should be living in this world duty bound with our loyalty to Krishna, attachment and love for Krishna. Yeah. So in our studies, in our jobs, we should be working like this, very duty bound. Yes, yes. But in our heart of our heart, that burning desire should be there to see Krishna. That burning desire should be there. So that mood, that level of say intensity or that principle has to be brought about. That while school, college, uni, working life, yeah, I'm very dedicated, very loyal, chaste, very chaste. But in heart, sold out to Mahaprabhu. Okay, any thoughts, questions, or comments, or any clarification? This Vyabhichar is the most important thing. We are doing bhakti. uh, It's not that we are not doing bhakti, but now let us come to a point of doing avyavicharena. No hidden agenda, no hidden material desire, no other ill motive. Hmm? Just
Hare
as
Krishna
we
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I just want to clarify something. So you said that we have all different kinds of desires. Some are related to devotional service and some are related to material life, which is very true. But you're saying hidden agenda and hidden desire. But nothing can really be hidden from Krishna. How is it possible for someone to be disloyal to Krishna?
So is this the question? How is it possible for someone to be not loyal to Krishna? Is
No,
loyal
the
to Krishna.
question, yeah, the question is nothing can be hidden anyway. Disloyalty, maybe yes, but even if we have desires
Yeah,
that are
so
related to material life,
hidden
it
desire
can't
may
be hidden.
not be hidden. Hmm. Is this the question then that nothing can be hidden from Krishna? Huh?
Yes.
Hidden desires, na, they are not hidden from Krishna, surely. And this is why Krishna is not in our vision also. Who is at loss? Krishna is not at loss. Of course, yeah, he's missing out perhaps in my love, in receiving my love, yes. Krishna shares a unique relationship with me also. No? So missing out on that, but it is not like he's at loss. Uh, and hidden, it is not unhidden like from Krishna. It is not like hidden from him. Yeah, Krishna knows what I'm harboring in my heart. And this is why he resides as Paramatma in my heart and doesn't come in person to me because I'm not prepared yet. I'm in my heart, I'm keeping some things hidden, secret, and also hidden from whom? From outside world, na? That externally showing maybe a devotee, but internally harboring many things. So Krishna knows, and this is the cheating thing, na? And this is why the distance. This is why I'm not able to see Krishna. So everything is a manifestation of Krishna, but nothing budges my interest. Nothing budges my attraction. So covered up am I. And it is a mercy that the samskaras and are covered up. Because if I actually see my heart, so many hidden desires I am carrying. So many. But time is a mercy that time doesn't let all those hidden desires come straight away. Slowly, steadily beings. जैसे in the pastime of Ajamil. Ajamil what? He saw that prostitute um, engaging in sensual activity you know, with a man. And then he had a very good, loyal, chaste wife, family, children, grandparents, but he neglected everyone. Because that desire, that hidden impression in his mind, it came to the surface. And within his heart, he was harboring that hidden desire. So much so that he went to the forest to collect wood. He brought wood also for some fire sacrifice. But alongside with the wood, he brought in his mind that those impressions, those and those impressions then took the form of shape of desire, which to begin with were hidden, hidden from his family, parents, hidden. But later, they were no more hidden. They came to the surface. He was harboring on those desires, contemplating on those desires. So what to do? Conditions told, not so strong. Say if someone is contemplating on sense gratification, uh, I want I want to commit this thing, I want to commit and slowly harboring, then it will come to the surface one day. It will. So we have to take strong association, very good inspiring association and form our vision, be clear with our vision, be clear with our goal. So hidden as in hidden, yes, from whom? From outside world. Not hidden from Krishna, cannot be hidden. Krishna knows me much better than I know myself. eh? And sometimes for me also the desire could be hidden because I'm so blocked up in my consciousness. My consciousness is very scattered, very blocked up. So I don't know wow. I didn't know that I'm carrying this desire. Hmm. Or actually I'm cheating like this. But in good association or when I'm praying, then Krishna can kindly let me know. And then these hidden desires they become an obstacle. And this is why na see um, Krishna doesn't want us to reveal those desires to each and everyone. No, it is not etiquette also. Yes, reveal it to deities, reveal it to Krishna, and then one should share one's heart with select few devotees. Select few could be just one or two, say. It cannot be five, seven, 10 devotees. No, uh, with very select few devotee. So Krishna consciousness practice is what devotee association. Devotee association means should mean what devotee attachment. Huh? And in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, we see Rupa Goswami tells us what uh, Sajatiya Asha Snigdha Sadhu Sangha Satovare. Huh? Our the path goes very narrow, so taking it is building about a mood na, in devotional service. So taking the association of those who have built a mood and who are in that mood, and I should coincide with that mood and follow them devotees. Does that somewhat answer your question, or is it in line with the thought you were saying?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Yes, thank you. But one more thing that came up is you were mentioning these, what to say, you should not share. It's not the etiquette to share with everyone. But
Yes,
sometimes
definitely.
you need, yeah, but sometimes you need many Vaishnavas' blessings, let's say, for something to happen. So you tell it to a lot of Vaishnavas. Is that
Yeah,
still not in line with etiquette?
no, that is fine. That is fine. Like, okay, I'm going from Bangalore to study in Dundee. Say someone could be going now from Bangalore to study in Dundee and PhD studies or dentist and furthermore some study. So I need blessings. So yes, share that yeah. But that sharing again should be in a form to seek blessings, not to show kind of that wow, look, I'm going for this and that. And by sharing to a select few, meaning the problems of the mind, the disturbances, the blockages which is not helping me grow in Krishna consciousness, the unwanted desires that I am harboring, that I cannot share with everyone. Oh, kindly bless me. I'm actually harboring this material desire. Will you please bless me? No. And we don't need to share that thing. Na? Blessings can be seeked in general. In general, yes. So, but with very select few, that select few could be just one or two, but cannot be five, cannot be 10 select few, no. But one has to be there. Uh, Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, one has to be there, two has to be there, but no, not like five. So with one or two, say, I reveal my problems of mind, the temptations of my mind, the difficulties I'm going through. Hmm, that why am I not able to experience that relish, that joy in Krishna consciousness, that enthusiasm, that even more? Why am I not still able to develop that higher hunger? So that has to be shared. I need to, first of all, I should feel that I am not advancing in Krishna consciousness. Huh? I want to advance. This bringing this quality in self is a big thing, that actually I want to progress in life. I want to be happy, really happy, ever happy. Then only I can see, okay, what is stopping me, what is blocking me, and I share my heart with whom I kind of currently say have some heart to heart connection there with them. Does this somewhat answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, as they say na, in English, problem shared is problem halved. Hmm? Joy should be shared with everyone, yes. Vedic culture is normal also, na? Like we see still prevalent in society. When a child is born, then yes, we share the good news with everyone. Okay, yes, child is born. But now we say something wrong happens in the family, something, some big loss, or child has gone a bit wayward in life. Do we share with everyone? No, with a select few. There are so many like counseling, mental counseling and all. Does counseling taken from everyone? No. So somehow scattered consciousness in good association, we can uh, collect ourselves. We can bring ourselves together. Right now, my consciousness is very blocked up, very scattered. But somehow, if I can collect myself and make one myself in one piece and present to Krishna, who does that role? Devotee association does that role. Then spiritual master, he makes me one shape and offers me to Krishna. Okay, any thoughts, questions, or comments? Okay, so let us see the last shloka of this chapter. ब्रह्मणो हि प्रतिष्ठाहम् अमृतस्य अव्ययस्य च शाश्वतस्य च धर्मस्य सुखेस्य कान्तिकस्य च. Rajshri, read translation, and I think this purport has paragraphs. Maybe read first, only first paragraph of purport. Harsha, read the next paragraph then.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Did you ask me to read because my connection is
Yes, please read the translation and first paragraph of purport.
okay? Translation. And I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman, which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal, and is the constitutional position of ultimate happiness. The constitution of Brahman is immortality, imperishability, eternity, and happiness. Brahman is the beginning of transcendental realization. Paramatma, the supersoul, is the middle, the second stage in transcendental realization. And the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate realization of the Absolute Truth. Therefore, both Paramatma and the impersonal Brahman are within the Supreme Person. It is explained in the seventh chapter that material nature is the manifestation of the inferior energy of the Supreme Lord. The Lord impregnates the inferior material nature with fragments of the superior nature, and that is the spiritual touch in the material nature. When a living entity when a living entity conditioned when a living entity conditioned by this material nature begins the cultivation of spiritual knowledge, he elevates himself from the position of material existence and gradually rises up to the Brahman conception of the Supreme. This attainment of the Brahman conception of life is the first stage in self-realization. At this stage, the Brahman realized person is transcendental to the material position, but he is not actually perfect in Brahman realization. If he wants, he can continue to stay in the Brahman position and then gradually rise up to Paramatma realization and then to the realization of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are many examples of this in Vedic literature. The four Kumaras were situated first in the impersonal Brahman conception of truth, but then they gradually rose to the platform of devotional service. One who cannot elevate himself beyond the impersonal conception of Brahman runs the risk of falling down. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that although a person may rise to the stage of impersonal Brahman, without going further, with no information of the Supreme Person, his intelligence is not perfectly clear. Therefore, in spite of being raised to the Brahman platform, there is a chance of falling down if one is not engaged in devotional service of the Lord. In the Vedic literature, it's also said, Raso vai saha, rasam hi evayam, labdvanandi bhavati. When one understands the personality of Godhead, the reservoir of pleasure, Krishna, he actually becomes transcendently blissful. Taittiriya Upanishad 2.7.1. The Supreme Lord is full in six opulences, and when a devotee approaches him, there is an exchange of these opulences. The servant of the king enjoys on an almost equal level with the king. And so eternal happiness, imperishable happiness, and eternal life accompany devotional service. Therefore, realization of Brahman or eternity or imperishability is included in devotional service. This is already possessed by a person who is engaged in devotional service. Hare Krishna.
Shall
The living entity, although Brahman by nature, has a desire to lord it over the material world, and due to this, he falls down. In this constitutional position, a living entity is above the three modes of material nature, but association with material nature entangles him in the different modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Due to the association of these three modes, his desire to dominate the material world is there. By engagement in devotional service in full Krishna consciousness, he is immediately situated in the transcendental position, and his unlawful desire to control material nature is removed. Therefore, the process of devotional service, beginning with hearing, chanting, remembering, the prescribed 9 methods for realizing devotional service, should be practiced in the association of devotees. Gradually, by such association, by the influence of the spiritual master, one's material desire is dominated, one's material desire to dominate is removed, and one becomes firmly situated in the Lord's transcendental loving service. This method is prescribed from the 22nd to the last verse of this chapter. Devotional service to the Lord is very simple. One should always engage in the service of the Lord, should eat the remnants, of foodstuffs offered to the deity, smell the flowers offered to the lotus feet of the Lord, see the places where the Lord had his transcendental pastimes, read of the different activities of the Lord, his reciprocation of love with his devotees, chant always the transcendental vibration. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and observe the fasting days commemorating the appearances and disappearances of the Lord and his devotees. By following such a process, one becomes completely detached from all material activities. One who can thus situate himself in the Brahma Jyotir, all the different varieties of the Brahman conception, is equal to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in quality. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purports to the 14th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of the three modes of material nature. And I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman, which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal, and is the constitutional position of ultimate happiness.
Haribol. So Krishna is saying Krishna is the basis of the impersonal Brahman. Krishna is the ultimate basis. of so for us, na sadhakas practicing Krishna consciousness and the basis of the impersonal Brahman, which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal. Hmm. So Brahman here is immortal, imperishable, um, uh, and eternal, and is the constitutional position of ultimate happiness. True, but who is the basis of eternity? Krishna is the basis. Who is the basis of immortality? Krishna is the basis. Who is the basis of imperishability? Krishna is the basis. So whenever us practicing Krishna consciousness, na, when we say uh, Brahm, for us sadhakas, Brahm, it should signify Krishna only. Parabrahm should signify Krishna only. na. And Arjuna established this in 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Right? Text 12, Arjuna says, right, his realization, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Sashvatam Divyam, Adi Devam Aham Vijum. Uh, so, Arjuna has established or he shared his realization that Krishna is Para Brahma. And Krishna is saying that I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman, imperishable, immortal, which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal. Mm. So no other, and also the Bhagavatam shloka, na very nice message. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yad jnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagvaniti sabdyate. So for a sadhaka, the realization of God consciousness is in three stages, in three levels. One is Brahma realization, realizing that God is all pervading. That realization, uh, realizing the qualitativeness of Krishna, the spiritual qualitativeness of Krishna, the Brahman effulgence, the spiritual joy, the spiritual light, rays, hope, sky of Krishna. Then Param Brahmeti, God all pervading is greater than the greatest. That's Brahma realization. Then Paramatmiti, Paramat realization. Paramatma realization is what? God is smaller than the smallest, uh, residing within the heart of every atom as localized spirit being, है ना? Residing within the heart of every living entity and also of every atom. Everything exists because of the existence of Krishna. And we living entities, we have an eternal bond, an eternal connection with Krishna and Bhagwan. So that example which we shared a few times, right? Volcano and a small spark and a candle. Now it is the candle which is very soothing to the eye, which can give us lots of peace. So that candle, that Sham Sundar form of Krishna is with what we want to relish, what we want to be in love with, what we want to be in union with. Hmm. And that will come through avyavicharena, not through Vavichar Bhakti, not through disloyalty Bhakti. No. Bhakti means what? Bhakti is like flow of water. It's flow of water. So water flows down only. Na? Water, the nature of water is to flow. One thing is the nature of water is to flow. If water is not flowing, then becomes what? What do you call? Lump or puddle, hmm? Or this stagnation. Water stagnates then. Blockage. Sink gets blocked because what? Water is not flowing. So water, nature of water is to flow. Likewise, the nature of love also is to flow. The nature of energy is also to flow. So the energy I hold, it should be flowing towards glorifying Krishna, towards loving Krishna. So all upwards towards loving Krishna. Yeah. Understanding and protecting and that energy and enhancing that energy is Krishna consciousness. So all in one direction towards Krishna. One single straight line, body, mind, soul, through all identity, all faculty. So whatever we do, we should be doing it for the pleasure of Guru and Gaurang. So this is why see the sadhana bhakti goes so refined. Hmm. The ultimate benefit of sadhana bhakti is what? For us to take Guru Padashray, to take us the shelter of a realized soul, take us the shelter of a spiritual master. And what is the benefit or what is the result? What is the benediction of taking the shelter of a spiritual master? The benediction is Krishna Prem. That is the benediction. Hmm. Okay, on this thought, we give it a pause here. Any thoughts, questions, or comments, or additions or clarifications?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So previously we were speaking about the 9 stages of devotion.
Hmm.
When I was discussing this with some devotees, we were all confused that which stage are we in, because sometimes we feel like we have faith, sometimes we feel like we have very good ruchi or interest, sometimes we feel like we have good determination and nishtha, but it keeps changing. So we tend to, I feel like we tend to misidentify that we belong to this stage or that stage while we actually are probably not even on the first stage. So how to really understand that what stage we are in?
And why do we want to know though? Just I'm trying to think for myself. How will it help? If I get to know I'm at the stage of attachment, what do I do out of it? If I get to know I'm the stage of interest, what do I do out of it? If I get to know
We can
actually
work
I'm at
towards
this, mhm,
probably what is next.
we can work towards probably what is the next now. So keep one stage only, one aim, one goal, pure love of Krishna.
Hmm.
Asakti attachment is one stage which I should, practically speaking, aim for in this human form of life. Pure love of Krishna, this body cannot sustain. This body is not conducive. This material body now, five material elements, it doesn't understand what is that pure love, or it definitely cannot sustain. If at all some glimpses it can have, some emotions, but this body is not capable for holding those transcendental bhav ecstasies, ashta
Hmm.
satviki vikarna, like crying or this shrinking,
Hmm.
goosebumps. No, no. And what to speak of love? Love is even beyond. But attachment, yes, we should aim that at least I must strive. I must cry out. I must pray. I cannot afford to not come to the stage of attachment. I cannot afford to be deviated. Hmm. And love of Krishna is something, yeah, that should be the ultimate aim goal, na? So if I know that yes, I'm not at the stage of attachment, then how does Baba say it is? They say no, it is safe to be sorry than to be something like that, right? What is said? Like safe to be sorry than to be say causing hurt to someone, sort of. So it is safe to take, na, that yes, I'm not at the stage of I'm still in the clearance stage, anartha nivritti. Doesn't mean like if someone is at the stage of attachment, then there could not be a clearing stage. Bharat Maharaj was at the stage of bhav, beyond attachment, na? But there was something in bhav stage also one can get deviated. He lost a bit of focus. Yeah.
Hmm.
And for me, I'm struggling to gain focus. Uh, What am I talking like? To see that I am at the stage of interest, wow. It's like patting myself on the back, na? Wow, such good opportunity then for myself to keep me in spiritual illusion. Um, that yeah, actually, I think I've come at the stage of interest now. I have a real interest for Kirtan. I can listen to Radha Desh mellows so nicely. I love Radha Desh mellows, Kirtan. I love Mayapur Kirtan. All this I've developed definitely. So if I'm entertaining such thoughts, na, real advancement is what? How much can I free myself from self-obsession? Jo, one who is really greedy, na, he never actually takes count or how much money have I collected. And also, if he counts, na, he keeps it to himself. He doesn't reveal where am I hiding cash or stash. eh? Where is all the stash? Where is the gold and all? How much have I accumulated and where all am I hiding? He doesn't go on telling to others. Others what they say, oh my business is very down, I don't have much money. He never tells that, oh well, I made such a good business, I made such good money. So Krishna consciousness, how can one afford to have some time to think? Oh, I think I am at the stage of conviction now. Baba, this is not for one sadhaka to think for himself or herself. Gurudev may think, na? Gurudev may decide. eh? Someone, if someone is my mentor, he or she may decide. They may think, they may say. I should not go on giving myself self-certification or self-report. One may argue, Prabhuji, but Prabhuji, if I do this, it helps me, na? It helps me to go further. It gives me the motivation to go further. With such level of motivation, we cannot go much further. We cannot go further. And with this sort of attitude, asakti, attaining attachment to Krishna is very difficult. It's practically impossible. Attachment is something not calculative. This is why at the stage below attachment, interest level, yes, I have to do this and all. Interest level is still mind deep. है ना? Attachment is consciousness deep, chitta deep. Interest level is like mind deep, intelligence deep. Hmm? Anarth niviti is mind deep, nishta mind deep. Intelligence is like interest is intelligence deep. That I'm driven by my intelligence now, and this has become my natural intelligence. But natural intelligence also in the sense, okay, there's some discrimination, some natural interest. But again, that's water and ice. So we are like water spread out. Ice is condensed. So now my interest, now it has to become so condensed that asakti attachment. And when one is at the stage of attachment, he himself will never think what to say of speaking. He will never think that I am attached to Krishna. He can never afford to think. And he will not have that much of time also to think that how much attached I am to Krishna. But 2 hours only we chant on an average, है ना? Someone may say I chant actually 3 hours or 4 hours. Huh? And 2 hours can we manage to chant in one sitting? Even living in temple, how many devotees manage or in their homes? How many devotees manage to do in one sitting 2 hour japa? Hmm? Or daily one sitting 2 hour japa? Or every Ekadashi or every week, every weekend say? So what if I'm entertaining that I'm at the stage of interest or I'm at the stage of this, am I able to sustain myself for at least 2 hours in japa? If I'm at the stage of interest, then I should be doing that 2 hours japa daily, one sitting, huh? And then daily furthermore, and growing 3 hours sitting. So much of tricks, Baba. How do a patient can he himself diagnose himself and cure, say that this is the cure? Oh yes, I've diagnosed myself. I know how badly sick am I, and I know what should I be doing. This is on
Mm.
those lines only. A patient saying that, yes, I know, I don't need a doctor. No, doctor, you don't tell me what is my problem. or how good my health is. I can tell you how good my health is. Wow. Krishna says, very nicely, you are trying to mess up Krishna consciousness.
So
Hmm?
how to understand this, Prabhuji? हम ये purpose क्या है फिर 9 stages of bhakti को जाने? What is the purpose of knowing the 9 stages
Of
of bhakti then? Should we approach it?
or or what is the purpose of bringing us come across these 9 stages of bhakti, na?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Why then telling us about these 9 stages of bhakti? Yeah, the purpose is there. That okay, come to the level of aim for Krishna prem. Come to the level of attachment. That is there. Again, a businessman, na, he earns money and all. But a businessman he may say, right? Well, what is the purpose if I cannot bloat, if I cannot share, if I cannot say that I've got this much cash, I've got this much gold. भाई क्या purpose है? I've earned this much money. What is the harm in telling to everyone that I've earned this much money? So when we tell a businessman, when he tells others I've earned this much money, he's inviting trouble only. Does he not? He's inviting trouble from tax authorities, from government. He's inviting trouble from competitors, and he's doing bad publicity for himself.
Yes.
ना? Customers क्या बोलेंगे? Oh, this businessman, we don't want to buy from him. He's a puffed up person. Then he says, okay, look, this is my sales this year. This much have I made and all. Huh? This is how I'm. So we don't want to buy from this person. Let us show him his value. So a businessman knows that yes, this year I make this much profit, next year 5 year plan and all. But he doesn't go on sharing this plan or gloating about this plan. uh, Keep it with himself and confide with his financial advisors, with his members who are on the board, say those financial advisors and all. Yes, share with them that, oh, how is the business projecting? Let's see what is the 5 year plan, what is the 5 year projection. How do I, again, this is on the mundane scale, that how do I run my business then in next 5 year I come here. That is all the reason. And in for us to aim at attachment and then to give up thinking. uh, Philosophy to an extent is good. The gopis were never philosophical, Rajshri. uh, Apparently the unlearned, apparently the unlearned, uneducated, but they're the real education. The gopis were not any bhakti shastri or bhakti vaibhav or anything like that, right? And we are in the gopi bhav path, right? We are in that marg, we are in that mood of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu says, na, Gopi Bhakti is the highest bhakti. The way gopis did the bhakti, they were not
Mm.
calculated. Did they calculate? No. Us, we are conditioned souls, we are Tatastha Shakti, so we need this. But we do not want to become. Have you heard of this Raj Shri saying, Lakir ke fakir? I don't know iska English mein what is the English equivalent of it.
I've heard, Prabhuji.
You heard na Lakir ke Fakir, so you understand what Lakir ke Fakir means like. Means one who takes the rule or the law to be very literal without understanding the spirit or essence of the law. So that
Mm.
is like I taking, oh, let me draw this sadhana chart now. Actually, I've been doing for last 2 years, and now my progress is this. I see over months how I'm going from 0 rounds to 16 rounds to 18 to 25 to 32 rounds. 64 also I've done and all. All this maths and stats and everything. है ना? Now the spirit of sadhana is lost, Baba, in that. So all this is required. It is required to help us grow, to come up. If this is not given, how do we balance ourselves? Na? How do we have mind control, sense control? Bhakti or leave bhakti, yoga, in general sense. Yoga, the beginning meaning of yoga is what? This to have sense control and mind control. That is the beginning meaning of yoga. To have sense control, mind control. Uh, But do we want to end things there at sense control and mind control? Is that all we want in life? Want life from, or say, practicing Krishna consciousness to have a controlled mind and the sense controlled and peaceful? No, we want love of Krishna. But in order to attain love of Krishna, sense control, mind control is required. Is it not? Likewise, to attain attachment, these stages, the below stages are there, and we should be knowing it to understand where the pitfalls are, where the problem is. We are like a plant, a creeper, a plant. है ना? A creeper or plant is very not strong, is weak, can easily be crushed. Na? But when that plant, if it is given good nurturing environment, protection, and all, that plant has the potential to grow and go and become a tree, right? That can become like a tree. So, likewise, likewise, this below attachment, interest, and all, they are required for us to keep hold over of ourselves, to watch our faith, to help our faith grow. And attachment is like tree. Attachment is like a tree. It is not easy to pull down a tree. It is not easy to cut a tree. Some trees they take like 5 days a week, a month to cut down. Again, could be a bit of a mundane example, but a plant can be crushed by a small child. But a
Hmm.
tree, it cannot be cut easily by 10 people. It needs machines, it needs instruments, and 1 week, 10 days. Huh? So that is attachment like. And that is what we want to aim. So this is given for us to navigate. One may ask, na, bhai, if bhakti yoga is the only thing, Krishna, then why are you telling karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, dhyan yoga? Bhai, if Bhagavad Gita, the essence or the cream or the real thing is say from chapter 7 to 12, why bother with first six chapter? Why bother with last six chapters? Hai? But we are not there at that stage. So we definitely need like school, college, university education. If one wants to become a dentist, Baba, why does he or she need to study history or mathematics and things? Huh? No, that is required overall to have discipline, to bring the discipline, but ultimately aim for attachment. Another, see as an
Hmm.
example, I think relatable example. When police people are trained, hmm, in their training, they are asked for horse riding as well. Huh? That are okay. They're told how to learn to ride a horse. Army people also trained how to learn how to ride a horse. Huh? Now, one police person may say, "Na, Baba, why are you teaching me how to learn to ride a horse? What has it got to do? Baba, give me intelligence. I want to learn intelligence, how to catch criminal and beat them up, all these things." Are Baba, going straight into catching criminal, beat them up. First, check your mind control, sense control. Can you control a horse? Can you deal with environment and situation, sudden all these things? So this is the all that mock training, so that when real life you are dealing with a culprit, you can be fearless. No, to help one come to that stage. Likewise, all these are required for us to know to come to that stage. And again, the journey from believing to knowing, and ultimately, what falling in love with Krishna. So, to coming to Krishna consciousness, we need to be very clear of the concept of God. God is singular. ah,
Hmm.
Singular who himself expands into Radha Krishna for his expansion of joy. So all this, the tattva, the siddhant has to be understood. but and they रस की पुष्टि होती है, they facilitate the rasa. When we understand the spiritual principles, they facilitate our joy in practicing Krishna consciousness. They enhance the joy, they enhance the love. Hmm? But in spiritual, proper spiritual realm, then there is no tattva, there is no philosophy there, Baba. It's only rasana, attachment and bhav and prem that we want to attain. So in that mood, in that space, there's no scope for philosophizing all those. But without philosophizing, we cannot reach also that stage. So as we were discussing, the purpose of sadhana is what? Of course, to attain Krishna. Or the what helps actually to understand that by performing good sadhana, Krishna is not attainable. That is to be realized. The realization should be that wow, howsoever good sadhana I may do, Krishna, you are far beyond. है ना? So
Yeah.
these all these stages are there. Bhagavad Gita, the shlokas, I may mug up also, but the real thing is what? To get the message, to get that spirit of love, which comes from mercy. So to cry out for that mercy. है ना? All those stages are there to help me understand that I'm so merciless. I'm so fallen. And I cry for mercy and I protect my vision, protect my focus, aim for minimum asakti in this life. Does this somewhat answer your question, Rajeshri?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Okay, very nice question. Thank you. We want to avoid to be a bookish devotee. है ना? Teacher, anyone a teacher, someone may say, na, students, oh, she's a bookish teacher. Sport person, he's a bookish player. Someone leading a captain, he's a bookish person. He just textbook goes by that. So we don't want to be like a textbook devotee. And to me, it sounds like a textbook devotee. Oh, I think I may be at the stage of conviction. Yeah. 2017, I was at the stage of anarth nivati, unwanted things. And after COVID, I've got rid of many unwanted things. And now last 2 years, I'm maintaining nicely at the stage of conviction. And 2023 beginning, I've actually moved on to the stage of interest. And I think by this projection, 2027, yes, asakti, attachment, and 2020-30, yes, Krishna love will be there. 2030, I have projected I will attain Krishna Prem. Baba, if we give this much time in thinking, we are missing out on that time in glorifying Krishna. So that is what I meant that how does it really help? Of course, yeah, we should know and all, but is to develop that real vision. What is it that I want? You know? Radha Dasyam. Prepare for that. Any thoughts, questions, or comments?
No, Prabhuji. The idea of the question itself was not about projections or
Sure,
statistics or what to say,
sure,
going in a book way. It was just the thing that, in general, when this question is asked, what happened in a group of devotees when we were discussing is, if we talk about the stages of bhakti, immediately there is a tendency to think about what stage are we in. So it is just that, and I've even heard some senior devotees lecturing about this, and they ask us, "What stage do you think you are in?" So
sure.
I think that is just to show us how much we are fallen, and I mean how we are not even able to focus on one thing. So I think the first stage itself, faith is, let's say, unwavering belief. So we probably don't qualify there. There is no question of further thinking further up in the higher up stages. So the question itself did not mean to talk about projecting that one will be in Krishna Prema in this particular year or in different stages as the years pass by. It is just
Could be,
to
but then,
highlight the thing that we have a tendency to think in this line. That's all.
Are they doing what? Oh, sorry. Yes, Rashi. So I appreciate, understand the question, and I was not trying to put it in this light also that okay, projection wise, but somewhere I think this is how what I understand perhaps that to be more watchful and more careful, uh, and yes, if I can manage to stay away from spiritual illusion, and certainly I don't know what I'm harboring now, but I can check on the surface how much on the surface now how much entertainment japa I do. That speaks out how much focused am I and how much time I spend on WhatsApp, YouTube, Twitter, uh, many on those lines. And anyways, our Mahaprabhu's mission is Kirtanya Sadahari. So that is what we should be aiming. Nothing less than that. Kirtanya Sadahari.
Hmm.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Yes.
Of course, devotees are all very advanced and they are very senior and they live the philosophy and they know. So it's not like uh, to put anyone in any light for that matter. But somewhere attitude has to be built, na? And attitude has to be seen. And ultimately, everyone is flying their own plane. Everyone is their own individual journey. Uh, and it is one's
Hmm.
faith only that is going to come to the rescue or one's wisdom. Uh,
Very true.
Krishna won't ever be pleased with how many rounds of japa have I done. How many doesn't help. How many doesn't help Krishna, no. But how much love have I got that attracts Krishna? How much appreciation have I developed that attracts Krishna? Hare Krishna. Thank you very much again for your participation and next time we continue we'll begin from chapter 15. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Very Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.